McHale's Navy was a lighthearted sitcom that followed the exploits of a Navy PT boat crew during the Second World War. It aired for 4 seasons on ABC from 1962 to 66. It's been 57 years since McHale's Navy went off the air, so naturally, the majority of the people who worked on the series have since passed away. Recently, one of the last cast members of the series, Yoshio Yoda, died at age 88. In this video, we'll talk about the only surviving McHale's Navy cast member, and we'll pay our respects by talking about the lives and careers of the other cast members who have passed. Facts First presents the only McHale's Navy cast member still alive after Yoshio Yoda's death. Yoshio Yoda. After graduating high school, Yoshio studied law at Keio University in Minato, Tokyo. During this time, he met a man named Edward Ugast, who was general manager in East Asia of 20th Century Fox. Ugast managed to convince Yoda to pursue an acting career, so he ended up abandoning his studies and immigrated to the U.S., where he enrolled at the University of Southern California with aspirations of becoming a film producer. He ended up graduating from USC with a degree in cinema arts. In 1961, he became a screen actor when MGM asked the school to connect them with someone who was bilingual in Japanese and English. The following year, he was cast in a war film titled The Horizontal Lieutenant. This role opened the door for him to be cast as Seaman Third Class Fujiwara Takeo Kobayashi in McHale's Navy. Known as Fuji by his friends, Yoda's character was a Japanese prisoner of war who rose through the ranks. Yoda starred in every episode of the series and was widely considered to be one of the show's lovable stars. After McHale's Navy ended, Yoda found continued work as an actor and associate producer before switching gears and becoming a businessman. In Honolulu, he served as the assistant vice president of Toyota Hawaii. He eventually retired from that post and moved to Fullerton, California, where he lived until his death. Ernest Borgnine. Born Hermes Ephron Bognino on January 24, 1917, this actor's career spanned over 6 decades. He was well known for his gruff yet relaxed voice and gap-toothed Cheshire cat-like grin. Borgnine's film career began in 1951 when he landed a supporting role in China Corsair. He followed that up with supporting roles in films like From Here to Eternity, Vera Cruz, and The Wild Bunch. In 1955, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his starring role in the film Marty. Borgnine enjoyed continued success in the sitcom McHale's Army, playing the show's lead, Lieutenant Commander Quinton McHale. Years later, he would co-star in the action series Airwolf, portraying Dominic Santini. While little remembered today, Airwolf ran for 4 seasons from 1984 to 87. In 2009, Borgnine earned his 3rd Primetime Emmy nomination for his work on the series finale of ER. He was also notable for voicing Mermaid Man on SpongeBob SquarePants from 1999 until his death in 2012 at age 95. Tim Conway. Tim Conway was born in Willoughby, Ohio in 1933. After majoring in TV and radio at Bowling Green State University in Ohio, he enlisted in the U.S. Army. After receiving his discharge in 1958, Conway worked with radio and TV personality Ernie Anderson at an NBC affiliate in Cleveland. From 1969 to 72, he wrote comedic material and skits that were shown during intermission of the WJW-TV weekday morning film show Ernie's Place. Later, Rose Marie discovered Conway, and he ended up becoming a regular performer on the Steve Allen Plymouth Show. He didn't earn true fame, however, until he began starring as Ensign Charles Parker on McHale's Navy. After that series ended, Conway appeared in several shows that were failures, including 1969's Turn On, which embarrassingly only aired 1 episode. In 1970, Conway was given his own series called The Tim Conway Show. That offering flopped after just 12 episodes. Tim went on to star in the 1975 Disney film The Apple Dumpling Gang. After that, he made appearances in films like 1979's The Prize Fighter and 1980's The Private Eyes. Arguably, his biggest claim to fame was performing on The Carol Burnett Show in various roles, such as The Old Man and Mr. Tudball. He became a regular performer on that series in 1975. In his later years, Conway continued in comedic roles such as Dorf, while also making more guest appearances in TV shows and films. He died from complications of normal pressure hydrocephalus on May 14, 2019, at age 85. Bob Hastings. Robert Francis Hastings was born April 18, 1925, in Brooklyn. While he was active as an actor from 1936 to 2013, he was perhaps best known for his role as Lieutenant Elroy Carpenter on McHale's Navy. Years later, he voiced Commissioner James Gordon in the DC animated universe. He got his start in radio as a boy singer on Chicago's National Barn Dance country music radio program. After serving in the military, he played Archie Andrews in an NBC radio series based on the Archie comics. He soon made the jump to television, performing in early sci-fi series such as Atom Squad. Besides McHale's Navy, he also made appearances in shows like Car 54 Where Are You?, Dennis the Menace, Green Acres, and All in the Family. On the big screen, Hastings enjoyed minor roles in films like 1968's The Bamboo Saucer and 1970's The Boatniks. In 1971, he co-starred with Don Knotts in How to Frame a Fig. The following year, he landed a supporting role in The Poseidon Adventure. Hastings spent the latter portion of his life working as a voiceover artist, although many fans know him best from his leading role in the classic movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Hastings died of prostate cancer June 30th, 2014, at age 89. Carl Ballantine. Billing himself with such names as the Great Ballantine and the Amazing Ballantine, Carl was a comedian, actor, and magician known for his vaudeville-style comedy routine that involved intentionally transparent stage magic tricks designed to flop for comedic effect. He was born in Chicago in 1917 and discovered his love for magic and comedy at an early age. Carl quickly developed quite a following and found himself performing at some of the top venues in New York City and Vegas. In the early 60s, Carl began showing up on TV, appearing in shows like Car 54 Where Are You? In 1962, he landed the role of crewman Lester Gruber on McHale's Navy. Ballantine went on to be featured in comedy films like The Shakiest Gun in the West, The World's Greatest Lover, and Mr. Saturday Night. He also appeared regularly on TV shows like Fantasy Island, The Cosby Show, and Night Court. In his later years, Carl worked prolifically as a cartoon and commercial voiceover artist. He died of natural causes at age 92 in 2009. Bobby Wright. Bobby Wright is the last surviving cast member of McHale's Army. On the program, he played radio operator Willie Moss. He was born in Charleston, West Virginia in 1942. He is the middle child of country singers Kitty Wells and Johnny Wright. Growing up in Louisiana, Wright was surrounded by music constantly, as his parents were regular performers on the country music TV show Louisiana Hayride. When he was 8, Wright appeared alongside his parents on the show and went on to become part of their recordings. In 1958, his parents became headliners at the Grand Ole Opry. Even though he was a proficient guitarist, Wright initially had little interest in pursuing a music career. Instead, he took an interest in acting. After traveling to Hollywood to test for TV and film director Peter Tewksbury, Wright was cast in McHale's Navy. While that series was still in production, Wright went ahead and gave music a go by working with his mother on one of her albums. After growing dissatisfied with Hollywood, he moved to Nashville to start a full-fledged music career. He went on to record for ABC, Decca, and United Artists Records between 1967 and 79. In that time, he charted 21 singles on the Hot Country Songs charts. His highest charting release was the 1971 song Here I Go Again, which peaked at number 13. Since the 70s, he has continued to perform, and for many years he toured with his parents until they retired in 2007. As of 2023, at age 80, he remains the last surviving member of McHale's Navy. Now it's time to hear from you. Who was your favorite character from McHale's Navy? Let us know in the comments section below.